I've been saying some people record for safety, and some people are on here entertaining you all. Some people are informing you, but some people are entertaining you. They're not really here to um. Let's get some glasses on. So some people are here on YouTube entertaining you all, and some people are informing, and some of us are recording for safety because there's safety in numbers. I hope you all can hear me well. I hope everybody's doing good. As you come in, please hit the like, subscribe, share, etc. So I'm recording right now. I picked up somebody. I'm in an area where I have I have to take a little extra gas to go to a halfway decent area because my storage has been hit so many times. And then I started thinking, as I started seeing all these cars sitting around, I started, it's weird too that this storage facility, y'all, the hold on, give me a second. I gotta grab something. At the storage facility, the guy was gone the entire week. The main person I set up my account with, he was gone the entire week while we were all sitting around wondering what the fuck happened. Well, I was. I don't think the rest of them either know or care or could have been part of it. I don't fucking know. Like I don't know those people, but they knew the police quite well. I can tell you that they knew the police quite well, or the police knew them quite well. So they could have been over there telling the police anything about me because the I was at a location today and shit got off the hizzy, and I'm sitting there like, why is this going on around me right now? It's down the street from the um the storage place. And I'm wondering why is all this fire trucks and police cars around right now? Like, what is this? It sounded like it was like 20 cars. I was asleep in my car because I can't sleep at night because you're worried about somebody coming up to your window or, is the place where you're at okay? I don't understand these people who live in their vehicles, especially right now. When I'm being conservative, I'm spending about $10 to $15 a day because, and there's something. Let me tell y'all, it's something in the air. If you got this watery, I don't get sick real easy. You know what I'm saying? Not real easy. It takes a concentrated effort from the atmosphere to kind of get me sick. So if I'm, as soon as I didn't get evicted, I ran out of money, and the Airbnb place tried to play the shit out of me. They wanted to raise, they were going to make me a co-host. Check this out. Now you do the math. Tell me if I'm wrong, because ChatGPT was like, "What the fuck?" ChatGPT was like, "Bitch, you get played in everything." I was like, "I know, nigga, I know." But so let's say I was paying $5 by myself a month. This is just hypothetical. Um, they were going to raise it to $10 for me to be the Airbnb co-host. Mind you, this was only a benefit to them because they was making me go through the app, and I have 18 court cases. I don't have time to be going through no app trying to figure out how to set up an air. Bitch, you do that part. You feel what I'm saying? I don't have time for that. There was no benefit. Y'all, in other words, y'all be careful. First of all, oh my God, I got so much to say about that because I will not. The first time I was homeless in this area, I would stop and make commentary about shit at the business location. I don't want to do that this time. Um, I'm just gonna make videos about it. But this is no disrespect to the Airbnb program. This is about people are bad fucking landlords. And I don't know when it got the fact that society, we as a society can be so fuck. I don't know the word, man. In other words, if I got $200,000 worth of properties, that's just one fucking house, really. But let's say the income from them for a year is $400,000. I'm not worried about your fucking rent. Get it to me when you can. Especially if you're a struggling mother, if you're a struggling parent, get it to me when you can, please, and try to hustle up. But I'm not going to sit around and try to be an asshole. What a lot of these people don't know is I got landlord training. I work for housing agencies. I'm not a dumbass. I have disabilities. And because I've been in these positions, I know that you're not supposed to be doing this. Like, but I don't know it like I can carry that information on my shoulder all the time. I'm like, this just don't seem right. I know. Did the law change? I just be walking around like, wait a minute. Wait a minute, don't you hear me? Anyway, so I I'm not sorry. I get off, on tangents, and I apologize. This is my thing. Um, I used to drop people off in this area, and I remember picking up this guy, and it bothered me so much. He had these gauge earrings, and he had two little kids with him. And this was when I was just starting to hear the Allie Carter story, and I was like, "Fuck, this shit don't seem right." And for a person with my background to have to sit in a car where this shit don't seem right is hard. It's real hard. You feel me? When your spidey senses are tingling. It's another time I picked up these people from this. It was just a man and a little girl, and I picked them up from a hospital, and that shit still sits with me because it was just weird. The little girl, she comes from the hospital, so she could be irritable, but she was like 10 or something, 10 maybe. Oh, I can't even talk about it, y'all. Anyway, I see things that don't seem right, um, and I got on here because um, I'm protecting myself. Why the fuck is there children over here playing? It's like 12 o'clock at night. They was over here playing basketball or something. Little kids. Same area. Same area. Woo, spooky. Spooky! Bitch, turn the fucking camera on. Why is there kids? Because remember, sorry y'all, it's this itchiness. It's something in this air. They're spraying something. This shit is not just coming. My friend got in the car the other day. She like it's coming for the car. Mm-mm. Sorry, this shit is irritating. I can't say that shit. We had a homeboy in middle school. This dude's allergies was crazy. I'm like, what the fuck are you allergic to? This nigga, his shit was so incessant with that scratchy throat scratching shit. Oh, you could have just reached in and grabbed his fucking ear inside. Like, what's wrong with you? Go get some medicine. I'm like, oh, I can't. Anyway, there's no way I could have. Oh goodness. Anyway, um, I got on here because that made me think of earlier today. I'm sitting in the area by my storage, and I had to go to sleep in the car because I was going to sleep driving because I have issues. I have disabilities, like, and that's one of them. Like, I cannot, if unless I'm well rested, honey, I will go to sleep. And I used to be going to sleep driving the Uber people. I'll be driving you to your job, bitch. I'll be sleep in the front driving you. It was dangerous because nobody would help me with this, with the things I needed help with at the time. It's what's grown into these issues of what I'm dealing with now. So, um, I'm sitting there and I'm trying to catch a couple Z's before I go in here to print this stuff off because coincidentally, the same storage unit place that had all this ridiculous shit going on last week when this main guy that's over this building was gone, they mm, they now you can't send claims into them. The claims were bouncing back. And so I'm sitting there like, what the fuck is going on, right? So I had to go to the library and print off stuff to get things taken care of. And I don't know. I'm probably just gonna have another court case because I don't think this place is gonna do right. I have been paying payments on time, but I think this is just some weird situation. It feels like some sort of scheme, some racket they got going on here. Honestly, like they're building up to an insurance claim to be able to close this place down. Like they don't want any more. Let's just let the shit fall apart so we can let it go. You understand what I'm saying? Do y'all know your? Never mind. I ain't gonna tell y'all. I done told y'all. If you've been listening, you've been listening. So hold on. I gotta get some air now. They went somewhere now. I don't know, but I wasn't gonna have that going on because I didn't understand why it was so many police around me today over there by that storage facility while I was asleep. And they you could hear the sirens just stop like right behind me, and I'm sitting there like, really the only people you should be giving that kind of attention to as a police force and a fire department is somebody you think has done something. And I'm like, the only thing I do is come in there and check my storage and come out. But y'all was real buddy buddy with other people, and I'm like, did they try to insinuate something? You know what I'm saying? Why are you all with these sirens? So, like, why is it? What's going on? And now, because of my disabilities, I do overreact to that kind of thing. But man, it just didn't seem right. You know what I'm saying? So very often, to protect myself, I will turn on a camera very, very often because then the world knows what I'm doing. How the fuck else could you? How the fuck could you say I was doing something else? Everybody saw me sitting here on the camera talking to y'all about how I'm freaking out about what's going on around me. This is why you see me on here. This is my protection. And what's weird is, before all this started back in the day, I'm telling y'all, if I could find this video online, y'all look for this video. I had made this video on World AIDS Day. It was like 2007 or something. And they were having man, I'm really tired in part. You don't realize that until you start talking. But they were having um, a rally on the State House lawn in downtown Epsteinville. And I had met these people on MySpace. Yes, this was that long ago. And they told me this was a rally because these people who had touched kids, they were coming against something we have here in Ohio called the Megan laws. And what's weird was at the same time, there was a story about this girl named Megan. I had met her, and we had tried to work with her, and she was this kid. Her and her sister, they weren't kids, it was teenagers, late teens, but they had been like kept in some little, like some storage house. I think it was in West Virginia, and they had to go get them, find them, and get them out. I forget the whole story, but this was before I knew trafficking was a thing. I did not know trafficking was a thing. Y'all would not believe how, like, how much I don't get it. I take words as their value. And so back in the day, I think they weren't calling it trafficking. They was calling it something else. And I'm like, but at the same time, I was reading a book that said that basically the sex trades, like when women sell themselves, this was very specific, was like the oldest form of employment. I'm like, is it? Like maybe women just want to eat, and you make them do this to eat. But hey, call it what you want, Mister. I don't have one of those. Anyway, anyway, so yeah, so we worked with them, and I remember going to this rally, and this lady calls me up. She calls me up. It's fucking MySpace. She wants to talk to me. She said, "Don't bring no weapons." I'm the only one black in the group. She like, "Don't bring no weapons." I'm like, "What?" I said, "Honey, I don't have a weapon." Who the fuck is going down the state house lawn to protect, like to stand up for some laws that protect kids with some weapons. What kind of madness is this? This is what I'm saying. This here, they prejudice us all day. We never just regular. Oh, they're black. They're starting trouble. Why? That's why the cameras stay on. The camera's gonna stay on. Don't accuse me and don't have me in your bullshit. I am me, and I don't do that shit. Whatever that shit is. So we get down there. This is before I knew about Jeffrey Epstein. This was before I knew about Diddy. I didn't even know about Ali Carter. This was 2007. Y'all go look. I can't find this video for nothing. And I thought I put it on. And if y'all, please, if y'all find it, please link me somehow. It's like go in the post, go under my latest video and leave the link. Who is this? Is this a person? Oh, thank you for the popcorn. I thought that was pizza, honey. And because of this whole thing with this thing, honey, you're not about to come put no pizza slices on my thing. Girl, you got to go. Okay? We're not doing that. So, I had made this video. It was slamming, okay? Because I do the music and I'll do, the whole layout of the story. And they was mad at me. This is when what I thought was organized stalking first started, because let me tell y'all what happened, okay? This is a rally at the State House lawn. Now, let me tell you how much of a punk these city motherfuckers is. Okay, this is a lot of people. We got signs out there. I'm the only black person out there for the kids, because they had the pedophiles was on the State House lawn facing the State House. We couldn't go up there on the grass. The sheriff's office was protecting them. And I'm telling this was sheriffs in uniform. Okay? This is not a lie. This video has been made and it's on the internet somewhere. I thought I put it maybe on a sound. It wasn't SoundCloud back in the day. It was like, oh shit, I can't remember, y'all. It's like Mixcloud. I did a lot of stuff. Trying to connect art in that time. At that time, that was something that I felt like I needed to stand up on. I had made a group called Parents Against Predators International. I did not know nothing about trafficking. I didn't know trafficking existed. This was a personal thing to protect kids that I was like, we got to do something, okay? And then we was me, myself, and I. Not a friend helped me, not a family member. I went down to my local corner store and put up flyers, and these knuckers took them down, okay? It was a yellow background with a black fist on it, and it said PAPI. The group was called P.A.P.I. Parents Against Predators International. I did not know it was necessary internationally and locally. I did not know, y'all. I just felt something had to be done because of what I kept seeing in my local community that was affecting my life. We had to do something. Okay, so I'm down there and the lady tell me don't bring no weapons, and I'm offended, but I'm coming. I'm like, oh, you ain't got to worry about that from me. I said, I got cameras. This lady, I don't know what the fuck that was, guys. I don't know what that was. They all had signs as if they were opposing it. But our city made the buses block the area, because that's on the main street of downtown. So if you were riding on the bus or going down the main street of downtown, you did not know that rally was going on. Because they had strategic. I want you to keep in mind what the fuck I done said. I'm telling you what the fucking problem is. They took the buses, the city buses, the big square bitches, and lined them up so you couldn't even see that there was a rally going on, because you would have seen those signs. They were protesting Megan's laws. I took their book home that they had passed out. I had never heard of this word before in my life. It was called recidivism. Recidivism. One of them motherfuckers. I had to look that bitch up and enunciate the shit out of it. I ain't never heard that word before in my life before that. Something about they didn't want people to be going back to jail. Some shit for the shit they had done. Something they wanted. They didn't want the people who had been predators to be going back to jail for being predators. It was crazy. I had read that motherfucker and I'm like, oh my god, what? And then I had two cameras. I made a bomb ass video. The song for the video was, y'all remember that Symphony of Brotherhood song? I forget who sung it. You hear the sirens in the background right now. So I took Symphony of Brotherhood and I think I took We Are the Champions and I kind of melched them together to make a video for that. And this was back when every little thing I did, the videos that I would make, I had this little itty bitty computer. I think my brother gave it to me, and it used to crash so much that I cannot explain to you the frustration. And they kept on saying it was because it was incapable of having this one particular file that I used to make video. And at that time, I had never heard of such a theory because if computers were supposed to be increasing in power, how could it be that I had a 5-year old program that worked just fine, but didn't work on a new computer? So I always thought this is how I had started having, but see, I was going through the PTSD stuff, but nobody in my community knew what a PTSD was back then, or HIJKLMNOP, none of them. We didn't know. People didn't know nothing about mental health. Nothing. They didn't tell me. I had to leave this area to get to begin to understand what I was experiencing. Mostly leaving the area gave me enough time to settle down spiritually, to be able to breathe my way through what was happening, what I was experiencing. Anyway, I make this video, and the lady that had presumed I was going to come with weapons, not two cameras, she thought I was going to come with two something else. Jesus Christ. You know how it feels all your life to be misunderstood as a person that's like that and you ain't like that? You know what I'm saying? All because either your skin color or your stature, or I don't know what the fuck makes. I think they think anybody they don't know or anybody ain't like them must be one of those kind of people. And I'm like, I think that too, except about them. Anyway, that's not true, but I would like it to be. I wish I could go around and be as prejudiced as you are. I wish. I wish. I can't. I don't got it in me. Everybody get their own chance to prove that they're an asshole or not. And I go on about my day. I don't even care. I don't care. All you did was be a high asshole. Yay for you. That's between you and God. It has nothing to do with me. So try though you may. Try though you may. So this lady asked me for my footage, y'all. Why would the lady who's outside with me of that's one of the protesters? I, this is why I don't believe this whole city. When we did that 10% shit, it looked like we had staged protesters. See, the rest of y'all in this nation was motherfucking protesting. These motherfuckers had staged protests so that y'all motherfuckers would think we was protesting too. But in this city, the way people work, the people who would have really been trying to protest would have never come to the protest, because the way they have being structured in this city. You're never gonna be able to come. You're not gonna be able to protest. Even when it was COVID-19 and I was going to work, that shit didn't look right to me. I was working in Walmart. They had people coming in Walmart buying Burberry. Well, this nigga came in, he bought $2,000 worth of weights. Oh, I don't know. Maybe just everywhere I go, it be accidents. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. The freeway ain't moving now, or somebody going slow, so something did go on. But boy, I get tired of hearing them damn sirens all the time. But hey, to each his own. She asked me for the footage, and I'm like, I'm not giving you my footage. What's wrong with you? Like, y'all, they could have came. She didn't know I was gonna bring cameras. I bought two cameras. That bitch, I was down there like, okay, camera on each shoulder, recording them. And I think if I still had the footage, y'all would be seeing them because they never turned around and faced those cameras. But if I still had the footage, I'm quite sure you all would have seen the back of Jeffrey Epstein's head because there was a distinct bald pattern in the back of this dude's head. If it wasn't Jeffrey Epstein, it was somebody else. I didn't know who these people were, but I could tell you they were all Caucasian. It wasn't no black people up there. They were all silver-headed Caucasian men and or bald. And the sheriff was protecting them. The sheriff's office protected them religiously on that day. They were tough about their protection. We as protesters was not allowed to go anywhere on that lawn of the State House. That was those pedophiles area for them to stage and have their protest. Don't you go messing with those pedophiles who don't like the Megan's laws. You better keep your protesting ass down there on the sidewalk. Below the statue, sir. Below the bronze statue that's holding the two kids. So, I had made that video and it's out there on the internet, but I don't know. And it has like all their stuff on it. It has, man, the video is bad. It was badass, but I don't know where that video is. I can't find it because I can't remember what site I put it on. That's why it's so offensive for people to come on here and then use my work against me, baby. I've been on the internet since the internet started. I'm 50 years old or more. So I've been on the internet forever. Of course I have stuff out here. I've been trying to be somebody my whole life. And now with modern technology, the lion walks faster to get out the cage. That's all. And now with modern technology, Sister Isis can make a video. Yay for me. Thank you for appreciating my work. I thank you. And if any of you would like to find my work, simply look me up on the internet and you will see how my work is used against me in the court of law. The good things I've done. It's not something nefarious they have to try to use against me. It's, oh, she made a video. Oh, she made some music. It's like, ooh, fuck, she's dangerous. Surely she commits discrimination because she makes videos. You better watch out for that one. Gotta watch out for her. Anyway, so I don't understand all the sirens over there. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand why I don't understand how. Maybe it's just that I'm always where an accident is about to be. I don't know. I really don't get it. But if you have been like just out and about, this shit, y'all know it was a story because I was staying in the Airbnb, right? There was a story that came out about in one of these Airbnbs, they found a hazardous material being stored in the basement. And this sinus thing that I'm having didn't start. I've never had it like this. I've never, and I'm like, it can't possibly be. I've never had this scratchy throat, the watery eyes, and the runny nose. That always has been a cold to me, and my colds don't present that way. You feel what I'm saying? To me, That's how my sinus issues present, but they have never presented to such a degree. So my first question was, is it something about this car? Mind you, I've had this car and I've been in it and I've never had a reaction like this. And I've been saying how when I'm in the hotels, when I'm parked, this is why I don't like being away from my car, is because all you hear, like, once I can be anywhere. Once you look away, all you hear is people's car doors. Doop, 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 doop. Are you going in my car? You know what I'm saying? This is my first conclusion, so I always want to be looking out or be having a car where I can see it. And then there, I was telling y'all about that one time I had bought that car lock kind of thing where I track my own car. Bitch, if I'm gonna track my car, yeah, I want a track record of where I have been. Bitch, I know. Then you can't say I was somewhere where I was not because my log says. And I was on the phone with court, and the court thing, as soon as I got on with the court, for some reason that thing went off 4 times, and I kept looking at the car. Now that's gonna knock me off concentration. You feel me? It went off 4 times during one court thing. 4 times, my my storage's been broken into 4 times. Like tonight when I left the storage area, the same little short blue truck was entering as I was exiting, and I would not put my code in because you're not coming in on my code. And he was leaving again when I tried to leave again because I went around the block. Because, bitch, I don't want nothing to do with you. I don't know why you here. If you just, it's weird that car, it's a little short truck with dark blue truck, the old school, like nothing fancy, at like a S10. You feel what I'm saying? With a little bit long end. He don't be having nothing in that truck, okay? And then he's got like black tint, and it's got like a little stain on it somewhere in it because it's not straight blue. It's not like a pimped out truck. It's just a truck. And he has a habit of synchronizing to my entries and exits. And to do that, you either have to be watching me from that trailer park that's nearby, or you have a tracker, or you're watching the cameras. Are you the security person? How could that place have a security person when my unit has been compromised 4 times and there's another person who's been compromised so many times? He's trying to form a class action lawsuit, allegedly. Because I haven't heard from any of these people since. But they were all on site, coincidentally, on Monday, the 13th of April, when this incident last happened. And they were telling me that the gate had been left up since April the 11th. I'm like, how could you run a business like this? I don't understand. That's why I'm like, is this some kind of scam where you're just trying to say, oh, this business is in such a bad neighborhood that it's unsustainable? Maybe that's it. I've already contacted the Investors Relation Board, and I'm sure somebody probably fucked with the email because I ain't heard nothing back. I'm like, if you're trying to get rid of it, why don't we change it into, because everybody I talked to was homeless or look homeless. Something. God forgive me, and people forgive me. I'm not really trying to judge you, but some people actually said they homeless, and some people really look homeless. And how far are you from homelessness if you have an entire storage full of shit? What is your purpose there? So I'm like, and a good idea for that. In Phoenix, they have an entire area blocked off. Sorry, these sinuses. In Phoenix, they have an entire area blocked off, and inside this area, they have like a homeless encampment, for real, for real. And inside there are services, and that's what I was telling them here. Is like when I was in Arizona, there was no um that's a lot of people to be homeless. And I don't know, it's like, to me, if you see that, my first interpretation, because there's so many people there, and there's obviously so many people that can't handle the shelter system, which I understand why. If you've seen some of my discussions on here about my shelter experiences, I understand why somebody couldn't go into a shelter. I fully get it. It's somebody should call. Maybe that'll be a song I do in the future called "Shelter Fuck." It's a shelter fuck out there. Trust me, it's a shelter fuck all the way through. But I don't know what when you see a lot of tents, because my first conclusion back then was when I saw all the people lined up on the sidewalk. I said, "What a terrific waste of human energy." Because I got this one thing where I'm always trying to promote myself, because I can't, like, I can have an idea, and I can put a flyer together, or I can put a video together, but I don't have the networking and connections. And I'm like, if just one of those people could pass out flyers for me reliably, when I was in a better state other than homelessness, then that would be awesome. Like, I'm like, oh, these are all, they look like employees to me. I'm like, oh, can I ask that one for some help? And this one guy, oh, y'all, this is what be tripping me out, okay? This one guy, me and this white dude used to hang out, and he was older, and he was in the military. He had took me to the bank, to his bank, which I guess was for military. I didn't even know there was a bank for military people, right? He had took me over there, and he gave me a little bit of money to help me get my apartment. It was like $20. You know what I'm saying? And so, and then I let him come over, and he was able to clean himself in a place. You know what I'm saying? In exchange. But he had this one idea to, like, take a ghost town and to fix it up. And it was in Arizona, like, and just have homeless people in it. And he could have probably really pulled that off. But my phobias and fears are, like, they cut. You know what I'm saying? Like, so very often I have to pull back because I will start feeling a not so safe or not so good, well intended. What in the hell are these people doing? So that's what I would, y'all. I wish I could show y'all this shit. This don't make no sense. It's 12 o'clock at night. Where are we? Why is there? Listen, I'm cold and I'm in the car. Why is there a child behind me playing football with no shirt on? Where am I? Somebody help me get a house. I don't want to be out here. Outside is scary. Outside is scary. I'm changing the title of this video to "Outside is Scary as Shit." When I am in a house, I don't go outside. I make Walmart bring my deliveries. I don't care what you fucking tarot card readers say. I don't give a fuck about the food being poison. If I got the money, especially with 4 court cases, y'all don't understand my life. When I be trying to do the court cases, it take me about 4 hours to get to the point where I can start doing something. And then when I do one piece of paper, oh my God, it is so many revisions to that. It takes days and weeks. Y'all just don't understand. You cannot possibly begin to understand the struggle. But I will come my ass outside, because if I was to come outside, mm-mm, mm-mm. I had a 3 day maximum. I mean, 3 visit maximum, meaning if I did go outside during a day, I could only handle going to 3 places, because I could only people so much. You know what I'm saying? And then I would have to go back in. And not only because of how I would feel, like, for instance, I was just at a library bathroom. Okay, I was at the library. Remember? Okay, so I was saying how all the sirens, I was at the library in the back trying to catch a nap before I went in to print off these papers to give them to this storage place. When I was sitting there, I was fine. When I went in that library and I went in the bathroom and it smelled like ganja, but afterwards, when I got in the car, not only did I feel dirty, but I felt like something had been sprayed in there. I started to be concerned that that was a cover scent for something nefarious being sprayed because my skin did not feel okay. Okay? I'm talking about like it just don't feel okay. It felt like I could tell because I started feeling cold in a circumstance where I should shouldn't be cold. So then I go through rolling up the window and rolling down the window. You roll up the window, you roll down the window. I'm old. I got freaking menopause. Like I can't tell if it's the menopause or I'm really having an issue or I don't know. Is it cold? So back to did they put something in the bottom of that goddamn Airbnb or was something down there? Because y'all remember this is why. So when I was in the Airbnb, the man that had just walked in the house when I was asleep because apparently nobody ever respects me enough to give me privacy. I have decided privacy is not going to be something I'm ever allowed to have. Like actual security in a home. I don't think I'm ever going to have it. The mere idea that the only type of housing that I can afford is is shared housing. That in and of itself means you're never going to have security because people steal. And apparently, I have all the shit people want to steal. All my shit is I expect any day now that we're gonna get back to the loop of what do you call it? I call it the coming to America loop. Like when I had my house back in the day and people stole from my house shoes. Okay, shoes. You're stealing my shoes. I had to go to the motherfucking mall and some fucking slippers in order to buy some shoes. That's how many shoes they stole because they were haters. Just some random ass haters. Why are there so many haters in a Jeffrey Epstein town? Because my conclusion about this Jeffrey Epstein bullshit is the fact that okay, if they're doing the kids that way, they're doing the young ladies that way and the boys, but what do you do with the boys when they grow up? This is why I think Philly is so messed up. All these places where this is known to be to some degree like involved in the hip hop community or you got a Jeffrey Epstein over here is you're going to see that crime like that because they're the products of the criminals. You understand when you allow people like Jeffrey Epstein and Diddy to be backed by A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P organizations there and you leave it unchecked for so long, these kids you've taken you the communities are decimated. The men, the children working, the men they producing, the men go to work and the sun up, the self-destruction song, right? Like this is what's really happening. Just like Meek Mill said, like I be trying to tell my homie, if there ain't nobody there to watch the kids, you know what I'm saying? Like what the fuck? Ain't no people here to watch kids. Ain't no people here to raise kids. Cause the moms is out working 2 and 3 jobs. The men have been trying to take care of their community, but it's a fucking setup by the same motherfucker that made the music. The same motherfucker that HIJK allows to run rampant throughout our communities. So then that leave the kids completely unprotected. And when you got unprotected kids and then you getting them all off into the school or whatever, some program or something, you're saying something to them, okay, then what happens to those children? The ones that don't make it through. Okay? Or in other words, I don't believe in crime. Period. That motherfucking storage place over there, this is supposed to be a smart city that Plantier is setting up. So they're using flock and FLIR cameras. Where the fucking camera at that goddamn storage unit? You let crime happen where you want crime to exist. And where you don't want it to exist, you got a flock camera. But over that motherfucking storage, they don't even have, apparently their own camera system didn't work. Why is that guy in this truck coming and going, following me in and out this gate? Why is he following me in and out? How could that happen more than one time? A synchronicity like that. How could it happen more than one time? Okay, maybe he's security. Maybe he's involved with keeping an eye over the place. How the fuck did my storage get broken into 4 times? Because if you're security, you ought to know I have a storage there. What the fuck is happening at that place? Whatever's happening is being allowed to happen. That's all I'm saying. So, I forget my point. I'm just happy I could breathe. So anyway, yeah, I don't know if it's something being sprayed out here, but because I didn't start having these, like, look, the motherfucking semi truck can't go through because the kids is outside playing in the rain with no shirts on. I'm about to move up out this motherfucking parking lot. Like, I can't. Look, I don't give a fuck how old the little motherfuckers are. I don't care if they're 50 or 5. If you're walking around while I'm trying to catch a Z, I'm not going to catch a Z. We're going to catch a 7. I'm not going to sleep. I'll be like this. Just like them googly eyes on them motherfucking memes and emojis. Bitch, I'm sleeping with one eye open. That's why I was going to sleep outside the library, you know, before the entire police force of the South Side, along with the entire fire squadron, decided to come over there and honk and blare their motherfucking sirens when I was trying to sleep. Why? Just because of the same meme that you see here, it's the homelessness flow chart. It's like, how the fuck do you make homelessness illegal, but you allow illegal evictions? That's entrapment to the highest degree. And to do it to people that have disabilities, like I said the other day, this takes this off into another level to me. I don't understand anything about our world anymore. I'm like, surely either God is about to come, or I don't know the other one, because I can only accept that God is about to come, because honey, he's gonna have to come and deal with this. I can't handle shit anymore. Not even. Sorry, y'all. It's gonna be a sneeze about it pretty soon. It might be snot all over the camera. I don't know. These kids are still here playing. I'm gonna move soon as they get the fuck out the way. It's miraculous to me that children are outside playing. I'm nearly cold. I'm not cold, but I'm nearly cold. Like, I could use a light jacket right now. You outside with no fucking shirt on. Bouncing a ball. I don't know if they're living in their car too, but even if my kids, well, man, it's just rough. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to our children and to our children, to the future generations, that we cannot fix this for y'all. But as long as there was a government that was going to support a Jeffrey Epstein, and a government that was going to support a Diddy with the William Palins and the Office of War Technology and all that shit, what the fuck could we do? What could we do? I'm so sorry for y'all, because I don't understand how the fuck you're supposed to be able to live your lives with this world being set up this way. I really don't understand it at all. And I will do everything in my power to try to, make things as good as I can for anybody, any child, especially any person of the future generations. But boy, we've had an incredible fight to fight against. What's miraculous to me is, in the black community, we had an entire Million Man March, and those motherfuckers stood up there with Minister Farrakhan, and then they were pedophiles. Like, they were all at the Diddy party, and you sitting there with Minister Farrakhan. I don't even understand that part. Like, what the fuck? What is going on in this world? God better get his ass down here. Like Lucy, you got some explaining to do, honey. I'm telling you, I don't understand how it can be this way. I really don't. There is no future as long as that was the past. Because of this past, there is no future. I can't say there's one. What the fuck? I don't know. All right, I'm put y'all on mute. Well, I'm probably about to end this because I've been bullshitting around for 50 minutes, but they get out here for 50 minutes. That's cold, nigga. It's cold out there. I don't understand. I don't understand. Look, I just don't understand. Hold on. Did I ever finish about what was at the bottom of the Airbnb? So what was at the bottom of the Airbnb was people was storing biological agents in the basements of the Airbnbs. And so when I left the Airbnb and started having to sleep in the car, I'm thinking, well, this am I reacting to something that's in the car, the same car that I've had this entire time, or am I reacting to something that was in the house that's coming out of my system, or is there something being sprayed in the sky? It's either one of the three things, and I don't know which one it is. I really don't. But I've never had this level of like I've never had this level of sinus issues ever. I don't know what this is. I did clean the car out like as best I can, um, because I felt like it was coming from the car, but it hasn't stopped. So I don't know. I don't know what it is. I really can't tell. But I'm in the Northwest. I mean, what's this called? Yeah, it's called Northwest Territory. So those of you who ain't, encountered, and we get, you know, I'm a person that don't really like the presence of a helicopter over me because I can't handle the vibration. It bothers me. So I go off. I go off like a dog. I be like, like, motherfucker, get the fuck from around me. I'm trying to concentrate on 8 court cases. And here the fuck you come, blowing my concentration. Get your ass the fuck from around me. That's how I be feeling about it. Motherfucker. I can't believe like that's what I became notorious for. Like my cousin was explaining me to her friend, and she was like, "Yeah, she'll just go off with the helicopter because around." I'm sitting there like, "Oh, you remember that part?" Because I don't. Maybe I black out on it. Like maybe I go so far off the hook about the helicopter that I don't remember going off the hook. Like, huh? Like maybe I be snapping out of it. Like, what? What just happened? What I do? Oh shit. The United States of Terror over this motherfucker for real. TARA. Don't come over here playing with me. Don't come over here playing with me. Y'all play too much. Take your ass on somewhere. Oh goodness. I swear. But okay, here's my idea. I did want to so just I'll close out on this because this is really something I would love to do. See, I think we gotta change how what we call acceptable living. To fix first of all, admit that you fucked it up. Because if there was no A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P organizations backing up Epstein and Diddy and they homeboys, if it started with the HIJKLMNOPs. That's who made the Epsteins and the Diddies. It's the HIJKLMNOPs, okay? So if the HIJKLMNOPs would take responsibility and try to fix the communities and fix the nation, then you would expand what you call living. Meaning, some of the motherfuckers I see, especially the way like Arizona and California is doing it, some of the people I see, you can just put them in housing, but you might be pissed off that your shit get fucked up. Okay, so you level them up. Give them a place however they come. In other words, make a park. Okay, and give everybody their space, however to be, however they want to be, with whatever they got. In other words, if that nigga only got a wagon, let that nigga have his 4x4 square, 6x4, whatever the fuck it is, with his motherfucking wagon. Okay? However he feels comfortable. This person, okay? And then you help him how from where he is. You don't go and drag a home. This isn't for me. I want an apartment, a home. I need a home. Give me. You're so funny because this morning I was saying, "Give me a home where the buffalo roam," because that's where the fuck I want to live. Get me the fuck away from y'all. Y'all motherfuckers are scary, especially you lawyers. Y'all motherfuckers is and them niggas in the black shits. Oh, them niggas scary as fuck. Oh, they done fucked up the country. Woo, Lord. Anyway, you help a person from where they are. You don't go into these homeless communities trying to tell these motherfuckers how to live. If you have left them on concretes and boxes, okay, for all umpteen many years, you don't come in and say, this is illegal. You have to live this way because you were okay all those 10, 15, and 20 years with them living however the fuck you left them living. You was okay driving by them on your way to work. You thought it was real cute, Mr. Landlord, that you have accomplished such a mission as to create and put this person on this corner. You thought it was the greatest thing and you celebrated with your brethren at your country clubs, congratulating one another. Oh, we've put another one out. We're so good at this. I hope God give you your celebration right back. I hope he do. That's his job. You don't go into the communities and tell these people how to live. And when you are okay for the 10, 15, and 20 years of them living with nothing, you let them build themselves up and you have support around them, much like when we go bumper bowling. When we go bumper bowling, there's protections in place so people don't go in the gutter. The ball don't go in the gutter. Okay? Give a man food, whatever he might need. Food, some access to some food, some clothing and shelter, and help a person build themselves back up. Don't do it for them. Don't do that. Not a person that can't take it, because they would have so many layers. You have to cipher this out. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you have this intelligence, unless they have to just tell you how to do it. Because I'm here telling you how to do it, and I'm living in the car, so maybe you don't know that might not be the best way. But it's just a suggestion that anybody that you was okay with living in tents for 10 and 15 and 20 years, you don't go to this man and say, okay, you move here. Like that lady that was in the fucking, she was in the gutter. And I was saying, like, what the fuck happened to this shit? What the hell? This lady's in the gutter. And then they got her mom or somebody sitting there saying, yeah, we tried to get her help. Listen, when your life get to the point where that gutter seems more comfortable than you having to deal with whoever you want to stay with, that statement has been made. And it is just as it is. And she was okay with that. And she adapted because that was more comfortable to her. So there's a definite break there in that woman's experience. Okay? She does. She has to have strangers help her. Because what normally we would all go to try to rebuild ourselves, for her, that doesn't exist. And for that woman, you don't, I mean, you could give her a chance, but I feel like as a society, we shouldn't be saying, for instance, so when I first, I might be living in my car now, but I tried to prevent this, and several systems did not go through. And it was like the more I told people what I was going to do or what I was trying to do and sought their help, because they know, they could call, they know. Then all of a sudden the resources weren't there anymore. All of a sudden you had to jump through this hoop, that hoop, and the other hoop, and nobody was on my side. It's really like, when I think about it, it's really heartbreaking. But I don't. That's why I can't think about it. Okay, that's why we really can't delve into it, because I'll start, and then I got to see. I got to see that so many people that could have helped just don't want to. I could own a house. I wanted to buy a piece of land, just a small piece. Because shit, the need for mailboxes alone is so big. Okay? Then I'm like, okay, bitch, I will take a piece of land and put mailboxes on it and rent it out at 10, 15, or $20 to somebody that's homeless that needs an address. Because most of all, I need an address. Okay? And people don't want me to have an address, or they go through my mail. And this is just straight raw dog. It's one of the reasons I had to go get an Airbnb, was because it was Christmas time. And I wanted to get some gifts for some loved ones and myself. Just a couple things. And then until they started robbing my storage, then I felt like, oh, I got to try to replace this. I got to try to replace that now, because they done stole it out the storage. And then it just got imbalanced. But in reality, well, let's go back to the circumstance of living first, okay? So you don't just try to put those people into housing. You give them help from where they're at, and let's say you can have an area where people live in their tents, if that's how they want to live, or if that's what they have the means to do. Let's have a tented area. Then let's have a tiny home area, and then let's have a car park area, and then we matriculate people from those areas, into regular housing, because maybe they're not ready financially, like right now. Like, unless it's affordable, I would prefer not to exactly be in housing unless it's affordable, because I would like to live by myself and away from others. I don't really want to be around people, because in apartment buildings, the way they build them nowadays, there's this echoing boom, or something's happening with people who are positioned around me. I'm not really sure what it is, but the slams of the door and the bumps against the walls and the ceiling is all too much for me. It's a sensory overload for my types of disabilities. I can't get anything done in my house. So I would be paying rent for something that I really would never functionally be able to use unless I walked around with headphones on all day. And headphones bother my head. It's a reason why you'll see me with one side of my head shaved uneven to the other. And I just have to go around and let you all make fun of me, because the sensation in my head is too much for me to have hair there. It's just straight up. So walking around with headphones on that are going to block out that noise is impossible. And then with the vibrations of the helicopter, it's absolutely unsustainable living to live inside the city. I cannot believe that. I really can't. Anyway, so then people could matriculate up. And like, I was even thinking about, with y'all, feel free to take this idea, because obviously you don't know how to do anything without me. What's up, whoever said that? Happy Wednesday, for real. I just now saw it. I don't know if you still with me or not, but what's up with you? But my idea would be, you let them rent their tiny homes with an option to buy. Once they own the tiny home, they can rent it to the next person, and they get to pick who among that community they would like to rent their tiny home to. Okay? And then they can make that, they become small landlords, small landowners. I think it will work well. And then they matriculate by then. You're like, okay, I'll go get a regular size house. So they get off of the rehabilitation land and go live with, everybody else if they want to. And if they don't want to, they ain't got to. We'll make another area for people who just want to age out and like that style of living. But I don't think we should be forcing people to live that way, to live a certain way. In other words, I wanted to buy the land. Could I do everything to it at the time? No. But another mistake that the city had was the city wanted me to go find somebody to put the water in, this, that, and the other. These plots of land that the city is selling, they should already be outfitted. When you have a price set up on a piece of land, it is such that it is. I should get to do what I want to with the fucking land based on how it's zoned. I shouldn't have to go and find the water guy to put in the pipes and see if this, that, and this is not much. I don't think that's how it should go. But it's one of the reasons why I didn't get to have a place. I had to overspend, and I knew that each time I get some money, they set it up like this. It's a setup city. It's a trap. This is an entrapment state. There's that is not available the way you want to live. You have to rent something. Oh, we won't rent to you because you had an eviction previously. Well, you know what? Sorry. So then you got some money so you can live, but you don't got nowhere you can afford really still. So you're forced to spend that by giving it to a landowner. You have no options of trying to use it for yourself because nobody helps. Nobody wanted to help. It's people I know that got places. Nobody would give any advice. All of them are landlords. And with that, I say, good night, sweetheart.